I'm Cate Riley.
And I'm Dieter Benz.
Welcome to Skykomish Viewpoints, Municipal Suicide.
Today we're reviewing the August 8th, 2011 Town Council meeting.
Conspirators had been sworn to secrecy so that Sky Hotel parties could successfully be ambushed this evening.
Word had, however, leaked out that big fireworks were planned.
The mob was lined up at Town Hall's door as seating would surely be at a premium.
When the doors opened, Mayor Black could be seen making last-minute adjustments to the town's video recorder, ensuring it was aimed directly at me, the hotel's owner.
This evening's show was designed to put a stop to hotel parties' pesky videos that had been capturing incompetent, destructive officials doing illegal things.
The meeting began with a bang as council rushed to hand over its governing authority to Mayor Black so he could do this nasty, illegal deed.
So the first thing on the agenda we want to look at, and maybe we can ask Councilman Egan to go through this for us. This is a proposed change to the Skykomish Municipal Code. It has to do with section 2.10.090, paragraphs 1 and 2.
Yes, for a little background, on occasions at town council meetings, a citizen may interrupt or shout out at times when he or she has not been recognized by the chair, and therefore they're out of order. And in addition, and out of order is, okay, so in addition to that, we have had electronic devices have become a distraction in conducting the meetings in an orderly manner. Chapter 2, referencing there, chats about unacceptable behavior and unruly conduct. And some changes have been recommended in terms of adding some words and complementing the true meaning of this chapter of our municipal code.
The changes are in blue.
Oh, okay. The way it currently reads on unacceptable behavior, it's unruly conduct, personal slanderous remarks, boisterous behavior cannot be permitted. Removal from the meeting by vote of the council may be ordered. That is being changed where speaking or shouting out when not recognized by the chair cannot be permitted. And then it was added removal of the meeting by the chair as well as the city council may be appropriate when somebody is speaking out when not being recognized by the chair. Let's see. Secondly, it currently reads electronic and other devices such as cellular phones that emit audible sound or require audible responses by the user, or may in any way distract the meeting are prohibited. So these electronic devices and other devices, it was added, such as cameras, and cameras should be in blue also. And video cameras, unless pre-approved, cellular phones, and etc. was added. That may distract the meeting, is also prohibited.
I guess my question is, I mean, are these kinds of things, I guess, you know, we're referring to cameras. People now are bringing cameras to the meeting. Has anybody looked into whether it's okay to prohibit them? I mean, I don't know.
It's okay to have the devices as long as they're not disrupting the meeting.
So who's going to decide? How are we going to decide what's the chair or the council? It's going to prohibit cameras.
Says if they distract the meeting.
So
not everything that's in there. Let me read that. Electronic and other devices such as cameras, video cameras, unless pre-approved, cellular phones, etc., that may distract. So they can certainly be welcomed in. Pre-approval, I think, is something that would be on the judgment of the chair.
And then I think the important part, Henry, is that in any way distract the meeting. That's the old words. That's not the new words.
Okay.
So, in the past, the council could decide whether they distracted the meeting or not. So what Gene is suggesting is that it be the chair of the meeting, or the council.
You know, this would never have come up if devices like this weren't distracted. And it's certainly fair, as it was written in the original document, you know, electronic and other devices. I mean, cameras are certainly electronic, and there are other devices than, say, a camera, and they're very, than a cell phone. And they spell out in the previous ordinance, or existing ordinance, that these cell phones distract the meetings. And so all this change is doing is being specific, like it says electronic and other devices. It currently is very specific on cell phones. It's also can be specific on video cameras. It'd be like,
I guess,
you know, a judge, let me finish it.
Go ahead.
It'd be like in a courtroom, you know, the judge may or may not allow cameras. You know, it'd be a scenario similar to that. You know, sometimes we may have proceedings where we don't want them particularly recorded, or the chair doesn't.
That gets a little too fuzzy. I mean, I'm more comfortable with either they're prohibited or they're not. So when is the determination made whether they distract or what are the cameras running and, you know, halfway through the meeting, then you would decide, somebody would decide, the chair would decide that the camera, you can't use it.
But no, I think it's probably associated with the behavior behind the camera.
Yes. So now what you're looking to do is to add video cameras. Is that right? I mean, that's my question.
Only if they distract the meeting. That's the way I read that.
I guess.
You're almost up there anyway, but okay.
I would think you might want to check the Open Meeting Act, the Sunshine Laws,
We did.
before you, did you do that? Okay.
And it's okay to,
Yep.
that was the question I had.
You can't
Okay.
disrupt the meetings, and it's an open public meeting, but you can't come in here and disrupt the meeting.
Okay.
And the only difference we're talking about here is whether the council has to vote whether it's disruption or not, or whether the chair can say that it's disruption right away.
I think it's fine to let the chairs make the determination.
So there's a motion and a second. All in favor of making these changes?
Aye.
Aye.
So it's 4-1, or is it, what is your vote, Gene? Okay,
I'm nay.
4-1.
Mayor Black, now firmly in control, didn't hesitate for even a moment before launching on the hotel's agent, Cate Riley.
Debbie, you have the,
4-1, motion passed.
and you have the printout to hand out everyone? So under this municipal code that just passed, I'm saying that you holding this cell phone up and taking pictures of people around the room is a distraction. I'm asking you to put your cell phone away,
It's not a cell phone.
whatever it is.
How am
asking you
I
to put it
being
away.
distracting? Can I just ask that?
Please put your camera away.
I know, but how am I being distracting? I'm just
Please,
asking
people
you.
don't want that thing in their face.
People, you mean you?
No, not me, everybody else. You're pointing, everybody who talks in this room, you stick that in
It's
their
an
face.
open public meeting.
It's an
Okay.
open public
All right,
meeting.
if you're
It's
not
an
willing-
open
if you're
public
not willing
meeting.
to put the camera down, then I'm going to ask you to leave. You hear me? If you're not willing to put your camera down, I'm asking you to leave.
It's an open public
You
meeting.
cannot distract the meeting, and what you're doing is distracting.
You
me.
are distracting the meeting.
No, you are. And you're not the chair of this meeting, I am. And I'm telling you to put the camera down or leave. You have a choice. Council?
Kate, you've been asked to put the camera down.
So you guys have no problem violating the law.
I don't know if it is the law.
Well, then you better darn well know before you ask me to leave. The mayor ordered me to stand before council.
Oh.
If you don't
If you
know,
have anything to say, you should come up here and address the table.
Unsure of legalisms, council nevertheless plowed forward as King County Sheriff Mike Janasz vaguely referenced Washington State's Open Meetings Act.
And in the state of Washington, it's a two-party consent. So unless the other party Unless the other party gives consent, then
And may I have the RCW for that, please?
We'll get it.
I don't have, we'll get it to you. We'll get it to you.
While his recitation didn't even remotely apply to the proceedings at hand, he set the stage for me to be ejected from the meeting using his police powers.
Neither the law nor good judgment was going to get in Officer Janesz's way. Thanks for taking your valuable time.
I'm Cate Riley.
And I'm Dieter Benz.